How's it going, everyone? Today's project in the garage is this Weedeater FB25 leaf blower, and the problem it has, as you can see, it has no pull cord and handle. So we're going to go ahead and try and fix this issue today. Alright, so to get started on this project, I've loosened off a few bolts already. There's 4 holding this top cover and handle on, and they are a Allen key or Allen wrench. Alright, and the handle just comes right off. I'll put that off to the side, and this top cover will also just come off. Now I'm just going to put all these, they're all the same size, but I'm going to just put them all back and leave them with the cover so I don't get confused. There is going to be a lot of screws that we're going to have to take off this thing. Alright, so that exposes this top side. I'm going to flip it around here. I take these 2, I've drained the gas already. I'm going to take these 2 off for the gas tank. You'll see why later. Alright, I'm going to flip it over. There's 3 more here. And once again, keep all your screws together, guys. Again, they're all the same, but they're not the same as the ones for the fuel. Not the same ones for the fuel tank. This is going to expose the impeller here. I think that's a 1/2 inch. Let me grab my 1/2 inch. Alright, so we got a nut and a lock washer and a flat washer. Put those all together. And this impeller comes off. Just be careful, there is a bearing in here as well. There we go, here's our bearing. Yeah, I might have to just flip it over and have the bearing come out. There we go. Bearing is out. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more. That should take off this whole assembly here. Should also remove the rest of this cover, I believe. Wrong side cover. Almost interesting. Yeah, there's 4 more, and these ones are looks like Torx, maybe about T25, T27. I'm just going to go get a bit for that. Alright, so yeah, it was a T25. Housing, that should allow us to get at. Starter, hopefully. The starter recoil. I guess I'm not going to leave those in. Here's your starter recoil. Alright, so now to get out the old rope. Just going to pull the rest of, well, there's not much left in the rope there. And the spring, it does seem to be working still, but it's definitely going to could use some lubrication. So I'm going to take these 2 screws out here. That's back to the Allen take the starter off. So I'm going to be very careful because sometimes there's a spring. Okay. So that removed the tension. From the starter recoil. There's be careful that when you take this off, it doesn't go flying around on you. There's a couple of little washers type deals. And now you can take this top part off, and your spring is in there. So I'm going to spray some lubrication all in here where the spring is, because a lot of times that gets water and moisture and it rusts the spring, and then it doesn't work properly and eventually breaks on you and snaps the spring. I'm going to try and be very careful not to unwind this spring, because forget it, like it's hard to try and wind it back up. I'm kind of running low on this lubricant here. Might have to just get another one. I'm trying to get under there where that spring goes. And there you can see now it's starting to spring back better. Just working that lubrication in there. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do is start replacing this cord now. Just going to burn the edge here a little bit so it doesn't fray in the future. And I like to try and put it into a point. All I'm doing is this with the end so I don't have to touch it with my bare hands. And you can see it kind of goes into a point. And this is the trickiest part of the whole thing, is you got to line up the hole, the receiving hole on your recoil with the hole on the outside. And this can be pretty tricky and sometimes frustrating, but just be patient. So yeah, I missed the hole. There's got to be a joke in there somewhere. Alright, so the second time, I sort of, looks like I found it there, but it's just sort of peeking through. Oh, no, I lost it. So let's see if I can grab it with a pit. And sometimes you need 2 hands to do this. It almost looks like the hole might be a little bit too small. So I'm going to try and make this a little bit pointier here. So a little bit of a flare behind it, a little elastic. So that's how I'm going to shoot. Make this as I can. See if I can get a good look here. Just want to come all the way out. Oh, there we go. So, once again, just a little bit of patience. Oh. So just pull out some rope, tie yourself a knot there. Make it a tight knot. There we go. And just make sure that you pull it through, and so it's kind of sitting in that little chamber. Alright, so now you're going to want to do is pull some of this rope through the slack. And there's a little notch, if you can see, if I can show you here. There's actually two on this one. There's a little notch right here. So what you want to do is take your wire and try and let it sit in that notch. So there you go. So now that sits in that notch just like that. And now what you're going to do is, holding the end that you just put in that little notch, you're going to wind it and keep winding it, trying not to remove any tension that you're putting on this spring, and just keep winding it until you feel it wind like to the end. Basically, you'll feel the resistance, and from there, before letting the rope back in, I'm going to release one wind, and then I'm going to let the rope feed in. So the spring tension's building. You don't want to, you got to hold this down as you're doing it, because, and there, as you can see, it's bottomed out for spring tension here. So I'm going to back it off basically one turn. Okay, I'm going to pull the slack back through, and then I'm going to let it rewind. As much rope as it needs. And I'll cut it off at the end when it's done rewinding. Okay, so that's it, and because I want it to rewind all the way, I'm just going to cut it a little shorter than I need. Well, this handle is going to use up a little bit as well, so I basically want this handle to be sitting in there with a little bit of tension. So I'm going to cut here, I'll cut it here. We'll do the same thing. We're going to try and make sure that that doesn't try and come out on us. Alright, burn the edge again. So for the future. String off there. Alright, so now I'm going to put this through, tie ourselves a little knot, make it nice and tight. That just sits in there like that. And there you have it, guys. Now I'm just going to put it all back together, just the reverse of what I actually did to take it apart. So guys, I'll conclude the video there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, please help me out and click the subscribe button at the bottom. And until next time, guys, take care.